lunch from them big buildings. I would collect money, pass the hat. But then winter came, wasn't nobody trying to hear no jokes on State Street in December. So I packed everything that fit my 1967 Buick, sold everything else, and drove out here to do Venice Beach, California, where I did comedy for 9 years. And along the way, some of everybody came to see me on Venice Beach. I mean, Rick James came all the time. He brought Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall brought Eddie Murphy, who was my first real inspiration with Eddie. He stood on Venice Beach and watched me tell jokes. Snoop Dogg Dogg came all the time. Tupac and I used to stand out there and chop it up on Venice Beach. Robin Williams came to my show on Venice. Well, he wasn't really coming to me. He was jogging by and he saw a crowd. Anyway, he stopped and afterwards he came up to me and said I was brilliant. So I started making my paper. And you know, after you get the money, what's next? The drugs. Yeah. So I started doing drugs, you know, because I think Robin Harris said it best. Cocaine is God's way of saying you're making too much damn money. So I was out there and it turned out to have crack addiction. I stayed on crack for 23 years. Wow. And as of March 1st, I have 10 years of pure sobriety. And that's why I love doing this play, because my play is a 2-act play. I do 55 minutes with a 15-minute intermission and then 45 minutes. And I play 17 characters. So I play myself at 4 ages. I play my 4 brothers, my mama, my daddy, my uncles, the crackhead, and the alcoholics in my neighborhood. And I'm sneaking in the house 3:30 in the morning, man, trying not to wake up my wife. You know, my eyes are tight, my heart pumping fast. I'm sweating like R. Kelly in the playground, you know. And I go through the whole evolution of my addiction and to the reality that everything actually comes down to family and God. Once you get family and God down, everything else takes care of itself. See, a lot of people think that the success is linear. The road to joy is linear. But no, there's ups and downs, there's hills and valleys, there's zigs and zags. A lot of people say, oh man, the universe has cursed me. And some people go, well, the universe has blessed me. The universe doesn't do either one. The universe responds to your vibrations. Whatever you're sending into the universe is what the universe sends to you. And I had to find that out by going to an addiction, man, getting all the way through this. You know, a lot of times the best way to go around something is to go right through it. And when you go through it, you have choices. You can go through it or grow through it. And our job is to remember that this is about karma. Everything in life is coming back around, but you don't want to just go around in a circle. You want to spiral. As you go around, you want to go up and up and up. And so I learned these things, and now they're all incorporated in this show that reminds us that you can get to the other side of addiction. You can get to the other side of hatred. You can get to the other side of all things that don't work as long as you keep God first. So that's pretty much my journey. I came to California, man. I started doing films and TV, and you know, I played, Martin. I played Jim Boss on Martin, Mr. Whitaker. I did the best movie in the world was House Party 3. I got to play Showboat. And basically, I'm doing what I love to do. And then people pay me. It's crazy. That's how I know that I'm blessed. I just stand on stage and do giggly shit, and y'all give me money. You know, so pretty much that's where my life is. I have a great queen. I have a great God. I love what I do. And this is what I do. I try to communicate through my humor and through my words, you know. And are you a Candace Owens fan?
I'm not a Candace Owens fan, but I'm not a hater either. I kind of just look at her. I kind of listen and look. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sorry. I happen to be a hater. I wrote a poem. It's called A Poem for Candace Owens. Okay. Dear world, I just woke up from a wonderful dream. When I come back, I'm coming back white. So everything I do will be all right. I can kill people in the church and go to Burger King. Shit, I can do damn near anything. I can walk my dog illegally in the park and call the police on black people just because they're dark. I can get a black boy killed as quick as can be. And all I got to say is, he whistled at me. I can steal people from other countries and claim they are mine. Hell, I can steal entire continents and it'll be just fine. I can steal the entire world and declare white people are king, even though the world know we stole everything. When I'm white, I can steal your music, your culture, and your hair. When I'm white, I can proclaim myself conqueror everywhere. The color of my skin makes me heavenly sent. My dumb pussy grabbing ass can even be president. I can be mean, racist, and hateful, and people will still follow me. I can fuck a Russian prostitute, and Melania will still swallow me. Oh, being white on planet Earth is out of sight. I got to go back to bed now, everybody. Good night.
Have you ever
I hope
said that?
y'all shut down. Can you cuss on here?
Yeah, do your thing, brother. Hell yeah. I mean,
Okay.
we 26 minutes in by this time. Shit, we'd have been done if you couldn't.
Everybody, so yeah, I just wanted to share that. Candace is just another example of the Uncle Toms who line up to lick the master's boot because they think that there's something on the other side for them, and they don't realize that in a minute, the man's gonna be tired of them. He's not gonna need them no more. And then
Right.
where
What
you
about
going?
Nick?
You can't come back to the hood. So where you going? You
Yeah.
know. So yeah, okay. I just want to share that with you.
Nah, that was dope, man. What's your thoughts on Nick Cannon? That whole situation, him being fired, coming back and apologizing. What's your thoughts on that one? Interested.
I just think it was a big wake up call for Nick, because I think Nick was feeling like, he's got all this power. He's on television, he's making money, and that he could say anything and do anything. And the only problem with that is folks need to remember who runs our industry. The entertainment industry is run by the Jewish people, it's by Europeans. And so if you say something outlandish to them, then you're going to have to atone to them, or they're going to take back their toys. You know what I'm saying? If you own the ball and the bat, you get to call the rules. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he was thinking that maybe the other prosperous and wealthy and accomplished blacks were going to come to his rescue. But I just want to say, welcome to Hollywood. It ain't like that. They ain't coming. Anybody sticking their necks out for nobody around there. They don't do it like that. It's not going to happen. I am a fan of Nick Cannon's. I've been a fan of his since he was just shouty. I used to help get on stage at the Improv when he was first starting, but he didn't need me to help him. He was always awesome. Ever since he was a little boy, he was just a bad, cold dude. I hope that the stench of what happened doesn't stick to him. I hope that it was just a quick lesson in communication, verbal communication, what you can put out there, and that he learns from it and keep going. I mean, he got money, so he comfortable. He don't have to have nobody. He don't need nobody. But to excel in this industry, you got to remember who owns it, and give them their props. And if you're out of line with it, or if they say you're out of line with it, you have a choice. You want to man up, or do you want to say, hey, I could have made a mistake. My bad. But you got to do that right away. In his case, it took too long and they didn't care anymore. I mean, I was in a big job and I wrote a letter to the boss telling them, that I will bring attorneys in if they don't give me what they said we was going to get, according to the contract. And the owner wrote me a letter back and said, I quote, motherfucker, if you don't write a retraction in the next hour, I will fire your ass and cancel the whole show. When I tell you that I read that letter in 45 seconds, uh, I feel like I was giving up my manhood. I felt like I stopped, focused, and thought about it. What do I want out of this situation? Do I want to prove my dick is bigger than yours? Or at least do I want to feel like that? Or do I want to be on television for the next 6 or 7 months every day? And so I end up staying on my job. I wrote that letter. I continued on. I only made it one season because they still felt smited, but I didn't lose that job. By the time was over, I made like $250,000. I had 88 suits, 44 pair of shoes. It was all right with me. You can let me go when that's over. You know what I'm saying? So I pray for Nick because I like Nick. I want Nick to rise back up to the top because he's just a great cat, man. Just a really good dude.
Absolutely. You talked a little bit ago about being a functioning crack addict. Now, all jokes aside, being a crack addict is nothing fun and it's nothing easy to get off of. If you ever met a crackhead or a recovering crack addict, you know that's not a drug that's easy to recover.
I had a good time, though.
Huh?
I had a great time. I always hear people talking about, oh man, I was cracked out. It was so hot, dude. I was partying like a fool. I found myself in dirty motel room with motherfuckers I generally wouldn't talk to on the street, butt naked and getting high. I was having a blast, So I have a different experience with it. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I wouldn't wish it on. If somebody said, if you could talk to the young you, what would you say? And I would say, don't even pick that rock up. Don't put that on that hot piece of glass. Don't go in that room. Don't do it because it really lost a lot of time for me. When I said I'm functioning addict, I was functional while being dysfunctional. I'm sure that I blew more relationships, more friendships, more opportunities than I can even count, brother. Because when you high, you don't think nobody know you high but you. You think you playing it off, but your skin all moist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eyes around in your head. You think you fooling people. And the moment you walk out the door, they get on the phone, they call everybody. You know that nigga still getting high, don't you? You know. And some of that carried over even when I wasn't getting high anymore. I wasn't even getting high anymore, and people were still in the industry dogging me about it, telling other people, you know, you're crackhead. You know, he's still getting high. You don't have to tell nobody I'm a crackhead. I tell everybody I'm a crackhead. I stop strangers on the street, and they say, "Why are you telling me?" I say, "Shit, I'm telling everybody." You know, I'm so proud and happy. So, like I said, March 1st will be 10 years sobriety for me. It's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life, and all the gifts I have in my life, and I have plenty of gifts. They're all the gifts of sobriety, man. You know, so I embraced the lessons that I learned as I lost tons of money and tons of opportunities and friends. You know, I'm not joyful about any of that, but boy, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I was having a good time, dude. I remember once I was on this white Naugahyde rug trying to find rocks. I almost dug a hole in that damn rug. Uh, but and laugh at it now, but that's how we have to get to in all things in our lives. We have to have the power of humor because humor is healing. And if you can laugh through a thing, you can get through a thing. And I take my experiences on the road all around the world and tell people what happened to me and how I did it so it don't happen to you. And I can show addicts who've been high 2 years, 4 years, 10 years, and think they can't ever get off that after 23 years. I'm having the time of my life. I'm healthier than I ever been. I'm still cute. I'm still doing what I like to do. You know, I'm living and loving, but most importantly, I'm keeping God first.